Something crashes through the undergrowth, pauses, and stares back at you like it's been here longer than fear itself. No explanation, just wait, just eyes, just silence. Australia doesn't design birds the way the rest of the planet does. It improvises aggressively. Forests that breathe, swamps that watch, suburbs that never really want to fight. And inside all of it, shapes that feel unfinished, or overbuilt, or slightly amused by your confusion. These are birds that look like production errors, voices that don't belong to bodies, faces that seem borrowed from mammals or dinosaurs, or nightmares you forgot you had, fragments, pauses, a lot of staring. Across this continent, evolution stopped asking for permission. It rewarded confidence. It punished hesitation. And it kept the weird ones, the loud ones, the birds that refuse to make sense. You're about to see laughter used as a weapon, silence used as camouflage, and beauty that exists purely to intimidate rivals who will never appreciate it, a system built on excess. Because in Australia, survival isn't about being perfect, it's about being unforgettable. So here's the question. In a land where almost everything wants you gone, what kind of bird dares to stay? A shadow shifts in the trees, something calls, then waits, and the forest leans in. It's daylight. The forest is loud, and this thing is pretending to be a stick, not hiding. Committing, eyes half closed, beak pointed up, posture locked like it's waiting out a bad meeting. People call it an owl, which is already wrong, because owls look alert. This looks like it's been awake since 2009 and has simply stopped reacting. Flat face, wide mouth, zero urgency. The tawny frogmouth survives by doing absolutely nothing, perfectly. During the day, it becomes bark. Not similar to bark. Bark. Predators scan, hesitate, and move on because attacking a log feels inefficient. Then night happens, and the log clocks in for work, eyes open wide, head rotates, silence drops. This bird doesn't swoop like an owl. It waits, on a fence, on a branch, like someone lingering near the fridge at 2 a.m. And when an insect wanders past, snap. The mouth is enormous. A biological flytrap with opinions. Moths, beetles, even small mice. Gone. No chase, no drama, just timing. And the weirdest part, that expression never changes. Eating, watching, existing. Same face you'd make while listening to a story you've already heard twice. Pairs mate for life. They sit together all day, touching. Two sticks leaning slightly inward. Romance, but deeply unbothered. If threatened, it doesn't scream. It stiffens harder, like ignoring an email until it stops being real. Because in Australia, sometimes survival isn't about speed, or strength, or intelligence. It's about mastering the art of being overlooked. And somewhere above you, a branch blinks, then goes back to pretending it never existed. The forest goes quiet, not peaceful. Alert, like something large just stood up. You don't see the cassowary at first. You feel it. Heavy steps, wet leaves folding under weight, a shape moving with zero interest in your comfort. This is not a bird that explains itself. 6 feet tall, blue skin stretched tight over muscle, a helmet on its head like evolution gave up arguing, and those eyes, not angry, just assessing. People joke about dinosaurs. This is why they shouldn't. Because the joke can run at you at full speed, through rainforest, through brush, through regret. The legs do the talking, thick, spring-loaded, each foot armed with a single claw, long enough to open something important, and the bird knows it. It doesn't bluff. Cassowaries eat fruit, soft, sweet, innocent. They swallow it whole, seeds and all, then walk miles through the jungle, planting forests one violent-looking step at a time. They're gardeners, just with a documented history of hospital visits. Because when startled, or cornered, or mildly inconvenienced, they don't flee, they resolve. There's no warning call, no dramatic display, just a sudden decision and a charge that feels personal. Parents raise chicks alone, the males, pacing, guarding, teaching tiny striped babies how to survive in a world that already looks afraid of their future. Fragments of calm, between storms. And here's the uncomfortable part. The forest depends on this bird, on its appetite, its roots, its refusal to be gentle. Without it, entire trees stop spreading. So when you hear footsteps behind you, heavy, deliberate, and the air tightens, it's not fear you're feeling. It's the realization that some birds don't fly away from danger. They become it. You're driving at night, half awake, and something on the roadside locks eyes with you. Big, yellow, unblinking, not charging, not fleeing, just standing there, like it's judging your life choices. This is the bushstone curlew, a bird that looks permanently startled. Long legs, skinny body, eyes so wide they feel medically unnecessary, as if sleep was removed as a feature. During the day, it vanishes. Flattened posture, feathers pressed tight, becoming grass, dirt, shadow, the avian equivalent of freezing during small talk. But night flips a switch. Those eyes light up, reflecting headlights. Moonlight, your confidence. And suddenly the silence feels intentional. Then it screams. Not a song, a sound, like regret being pulled sideways, a wail that echoes through suburbs and bushland, sending humans to windows, checking locks, questioning reality. This bird hunts on foot, no swooping, no flare, just slow, careful walking. Snails, insects, small creatures having a worse evening. Step, pause, strike. Pairs bond for life. They stand together, walk together, scream together. A shared hobby, raising chicks on open ground. No nests, no barriers, just trust and a bold assumption the world will behave. When threatened, they don't attack. They rely on stillness, hoping fear gets bored first. Sometimes it does. Sometimes headlights stop. The stone curlew isn't dangerous. It's unsettling because it doesn't act like prey or predator or anything with normal priorities. It just watches, screams, and waits. And once you've locked eyes with one at night, every empty roadside feels occupied. The forest starts talking. Car alarms, camera shutters, chainsaws, other birds arguing, all at once, perfectly spaced, perfectly wrong. Then you see the bird, small body, brown feathers, nothing special, until the tail comes up, slowly, deliberately, like someone opening a curtain they know will work. This is the superb lyrebird, and it doesn't just sing, it edits reality, sound by sound, note by stolen note. Males spend years practicing, not exaggeration. Years standing alone on the forest floor, repeating noises, refining timing. Because this is a performance-based economy. They mimic rivals, predators, wind, shutters, engines, whatever gets a reaction. And here's the problem. They don't just copy sounds, they sequence them remix them, improve them, like nature accidentally invented a sound engineer. The body itself is underwhelming, clumsy hops, scratching feet. But when the tail fans out, two outer feathers curve into a perfect lyre, symmetry so precise it feels smug. And the bird steps into the center of its own stage. Females watch, not impressed by volume. They wait for control, timing, variety, confidence, because bad edits don't get dates. And when predators approach, the lyrebird doesn't panic. It vanishes, diving into brush, tail collapsing, the show canceled without notice. Here's the strange part. This bird remembers everything, not emotionally, acoustically. A living archive of a forest that keeps changing, human sounds included. So when a lyrebird sings, you're not hearing one bird, you're hearing decades of listening, compressed into one flawless, exhausting performance. Somewhere nearby, the forest goes quiet, then plays itself back, better than before. The water ripples. Then something surfaces. Low, heavy, unimpressed. At first glance, it looks like a duck that lost an argument with gravity. Bulky body, short wings, a face that suggests it's already tired of you. And then, the throat drops. The musk duck doesn't court, it confronts. Males inflate a loose flap of skin under the beak, swelling, sagging, wobbling, like biology making a dare it refuses to explain. This is a duck that barely flies, because it doesn't need to. It swims, it dives, it sinks, using dense bones like ballast, vanishing underwater while other ducks flap awkwardly above like interns. Feeding is a deep, silent grind. Crayfish, snails, aquatic insects, pulled from the bottom in total darkness. No rush, no elegance, just pressure and patience. Then breeding season hits, and the lake turns into a confidence seminar no one asked for. Males slap the water, grunt, splash, producing sounds that feel contractual, low-frequency pulses meant to travel through water because shouting is inefficient. Females watch from a distance. No applause, no encouragement, just evaluation. Who holds territory? Who lasts longest? Who looks least like a mistake? Mating happens, then the male disappears emotionally, completely, leaving the female to nest alone, raise chicks alone, manage everything. A familiar workload distribution. And the chicks? They dive within days, tiny bodies dropping beneath the surface like coins, learning early that this world rewards commitment, not charm. The musk duck isn't loud, or fast, or attractive in any committee-approved way. It's dense, persistent, hard to move, and when it stares at you from the water, neck low, eyes steady, you don't feel threatened. You feel assessed, like you failed a test you didn't know was happening. Your garden looks fine. Then you blink, and it's gone, not eaten. Engineered, leaves gone. Soil flipped, mulch relocated with intent. Like a construction crew showed up overnight and refused to explain. That's the Australian brush turkey, a bird that doesn't raise chicks. It manages infrastructure, big body, bald red head, permanent expression of someone who's already late to a meeting. Instead of nesting, it builds a mound. And mound is being polite. We're talking meters wide, tons of rotting leaves, a compost pile with ambition, weeks of digging, dragging, rearranging, every morning, same project, zero progress updates. The goal isn't shelter, it's temperature. As leaves rot, heat builds. And the turkey becomes a full-time thermostat. Digging holes, sticking its face in, adjusting like it's checking email. Too hot? Remove leaves? Too cold? Add more. No spreadsheets. Just vibes. Females show up, inspect the mound, lay eggs, then leave, because the system is already in place. The male stays, guarding, tweaking, obsessing, for months, waiting for chicks he will never teach anything to. Because when they hatch, they dig themselves out. Fully feathered, immediately capable, no guidance, no pep talk, just sunlight and responsibility. Suburbs hate them, lawns shredded, gardens ruined. Because the turkey doesn't see property, it sees resources, and it will reorganize them. This bird isn't nurturing, it's managerial. Success measured in temperature stability, not affection. And somewhere beneath a pile of leaves, an egg warms, unattended, perfectly calibrated, while the architect keeps digging. It starts with a chuckle, then escalates. Too fast, a laugh that spills out of the trees like it knows something you don't. This is the laughing kookaburra, and that sound, it's not joy. It's a territorial broadcast wrapped in stand-up comedy, a warning delivered as a punchline. Up close, the bird looks reasonable. Big head, stocky body, eyes that feel friendly, like a coworker who smiles while taking your parking spot. Then feeding time, and the tone shifts, because the kookaburra doesn't hunt delicately. It watches, waits, and drops straight down like gravity finally won an argument. Snakes, lizards, mice, even frogs having a very short career, grabbed, lifted, and beaten against a branch, again and again, until movement stops being a suggestion. The bill is built for impact, wide, heavy, unapologetic. This bird doesn't poison prey, it rearranges it. Families live together, multiple adults, same territory, helping raise chicks like a cooperative project that somehow works. Siblings babysit, uncles guard, everyone contributes. And the laughter keeps outsiders away. Morning arrives, and the chorus begins. One bird starts, another joins, then another, a synchronized riot of sound, echoing through bushland. Suburbs, your open window at 5 a.m. No alarm clock survives this. Here's the trick. That laughter feels comforting, familiar, almost friendly, which is exactly why it works. Predators hesitate, rivals retreat, and humans misjudge. Because behind the joke, behind the smile, is a bird perfectly adapted to control space with sound and enforce it with force, somewhere nearby. The laughter peaks, then fades, leaving the silence and the uneasy feeling that something very confident is still watching. It doesn't fly away. It walks directly toward you. No panic, no urgency, just steady steps across the grass, like it has an appointment and you're in the way. This is the Tasmanian native hen, a bird shaped like a consequence, round body, short wings, legs built for distance, not escape, because flight was deemed optional. Long ago, flying stopped being useful here. Food was everywhere, predators were limited, so the wings shrank, and the confidence grew. This bird patrols lawns, fields, roadsides, in groups, always in groups, moving like a committee that already voted. They graze, grass, shoots, seeds, slow, methodical, heads down, then up, watching, always watching. When threatened, they don't scatter, they advance, necks out. Bodies forward, a coordinated push, not aggressive, just certain. Cars stop for them, people step around them, dogs reconsider. Because nothing is more unsettling than prey that refuses to acknowledge the rules. They nest on the ground, raise chicks that can run almost immediately, small legs pumping at full speed, tiny replicas learning early that hesitation is expensive. Social order matters. Dominant birds eat first, hold the best ground, disputes settled with posture, not chaos, an entire hierarchy enforced without volume. And here's the quiet irony. This bird survives by not leaving, not fleeing, not explaining, just staying put until the world adjusts. On an island full of extremes, fire, wind, isolation, the native hen chose persistence, and it worked. So when one steps into your path, stops, and waits, it's not being brave, it's being practical. Because eventually, everything else moves around it. A flash of black crosses the rainforest, then stops, and the light breaks. At first, it's just a bird. Dark, ordinary, almost forgettable, until it turns, and suddenly the air looks edited. This is Victoria's riflebird, and the feathers aren't just black, they're engineered. Iridescent panels that shift from violet to electric green, depending entirely on where you're standing, or whether you deserve to see them. The male clears a perch, same branch, same spot, every day. Because this is a stage, not a suggestion, then the performance begins. Wings spread, not flapping, angled, held like parentheses around his body, head tilted back, beak pointing skyward. A pose so specific it feels rehearsed. Because it is, he hops, stops, shimmers, micro-adjusting angles so the light hits just right, a living mood ring with trust issues. Then the call, sharp, mechanical, more tool than song, a sound that slices through rainforest noise. Because subtlety is for birds without confidence. Females watch silently. From nearby branches, no feedback, no mercy. They're looking for precision. One wrong angle, one missed beat. And the audition ends. There's no nest help, no shared parenting. This is a one-time performance economy. Win the moment, or disappear back into the leaves. Predators don't care about beauty. So when danger shows, the lights go off, feathers flatten, and the bird becomes shadow again. That's the trick, invisibility, until it matters, somewhere in the canopy. The branch flickers, color blooms, then collapses back into darkness. Like it never happened at all. In the shade of the outback, a corridor appears, sticks aligned, pebbles placed, perspective doing something suspicious. No nest, no shelter, just an installation, built for one purpose and one audience. This is the great bowerbird, and it doesn't sing for attention, it curates. Two walls of sticks form an avenue, a runway for judgment, and at the far end, the bird waits. Then come the objects, bones, shells, stones, bits of glass, plastic you wish it hadn't found, sorted by size. Small near the entrance, larger farther away. A forced perspective illusion, making the display look deeper, grander, intentional, which it is. He doesn't just place things, he edits, shuffling pieces, testing angles, removing anything that feels wrong, like a designer who refuses to launch. Females arrive. They stand at the entrance and watch not the bird, the layout, because chaos is unattractive. If she looks unimpressed, he reacts, grabs objects, rearranges, upgrades, live, no panic, just adjustments. Rivals steal constantly, so he steals back. An arms race of decor, entire afternoons lost to petty theft and silent resentment. productivity plummets. When the moment hits, the male explodes into motion, running, darting, flashing color, but only after the stage is perfect, because confidence without preparation is embarrassing. Here's the quiet truth. This bird doesn't win mates by being strong, or fast, or loud. It wins by understanding perception, how eyes move, how brains compare. And when the season ends, the bower remains, fading, collapsing, a masterpiece no one will archive. Somewhere in the heat, a corridor waits, sticks aligned, objects ready for an opinion that hasn't arrived yet. The water looks solid, flat, calm, inviting. And then a bird walks across it, not skimming, not hopping, walking like physics signed a waiver. This is the comb-crested jacana, a bird built like it lost the memo on proportions, tiny body, legs stretched long, toes even longer, spreading its weight so perfectly it turns lily pads into sidewalks. Up close, the face adds another problem. A bright red comb on the forehead, soft, inflamed looking, like it lost a bet, or won one and refuses to explain. Jacanas live on wetlands, floating vegetation, shifting ground, where sinking is a daily possibility. So evolution handed them stilts and told them to trust it. They pick insects off leaves, step by careful step, no rush, no splash, each footfall placed like it's crossing thin ice. Then comes the relationship dynamic, and it gets weird. Females are larger, more aggressive. They hold territories, and they don't commit. One female mates with multiple males, then leaves them to handle the consequences. Each male builds a nest, incubates eggs, raises chicks, while the female patrols, feeds, and finds her next option, a full role reversal, executed without discussion. If danger shows, the male does something unbelievable. He gathers the chicks, tucks them under his wings, legs dangling, tiny feet sticking out like loose wires, and walks away, still on the lily pads. The comb? It swells brighter during breeding, a visual warning, confidence made visible, because subtlety sinks out here. This bird survives by balance. Physical, social, reputational. One misstep and everything drops. So when you see a jacana crossing water, slow, effortless, understand this. Nothing about that walk is casual. It's years of pressure, spread thin, and somehow holding. Somewhere in the forest, blue starts accumulating, not naturally, intentionally. Bottle caps, feathers, berries, bits of plastic that shouldn't be here, all dragged in, one by one, until the ground looks curated, obsessed, like a Pinterest board with trust issues. This is the satin bower bird, jet black in the light, electric blue in the shade, a bird that understands branding better than most companies. The male builds a bower, not a nest, a gallery, 2 walls of sticks, narrow entrance, clean lines, then floods the area with blue, because blue pops against dirt, against green, against doubt. He doesn't care what the objects are, only how they read, color first, meaning never. If it's blue, it belongs. Females arrive. They don't rush. They inspect, lingering, silent, judging taste, consistency, commitment. And if she looks unimpressed, he panics. Not internally, physically, grabbing items, rearranging, swapping shades, lids, no shame, just urgency. Rivals steal constantly, so males memorize their inventory, notice missing pieces immediately, and retaliate. An endless cycle of theft, upgrades, silent wars, all fought in blue. Then the dance, sudden, explosive. The male bursts into motion, hopping, wing flicks, robotic poses, stopping inches from her face, testing nerves, boundaries, patience. One wrong move, too close, too sloppy, and she's gone. The gallery fails inspection. Here's the truth. This bird doesn't win by strength or song. It wins by understanding preference. That attraction is often visual, irrational, specific. And when the season ends, the blue fades, objects scatter, the obsession pauses, somewhere in the forest. A single blue fragment catches the light, waiting for someone who knows exactly why it matters. A sound drifts through the trees, not a call, not a song, a rusty hinge arguing with itself. You expect something mechanical. Instead, a bird waddles into view, gray feathers, heavy body, and on the male, a head dipped in red. Like he fell face first into a paint can and decided to keep it. This is the gang cockatoo, a bird that looks assembled from leftovers, soft crest, blunt bill, eyes that suggest mild disappointment. With you, with today, with most things. It doesn't scream like other cockatoos. It creaks, a nasal, metallic rasp, as if the forest door needs oil, repeated, patiently, unapologetically. Flying isn't dramatic. Short bursts, loud wings, landing with the grace of a dropped cushion. Branches bend. Everyone pretends not to notice. Feeding is where the confusion deepens. They don't crack seeds cleanly. They chew wood, bark, twigs, grinding sideways with that odd bill, turning trees into mulch with the focus of someone solving a personal problem. Pairs form long bonds. They travel together, sit close, chew in silence, a relationship built on shared routines and low expectations. No flashy displays, no theatrics, just presence. Nesting happens in hollows, deep, dark, secure, one chick at a time, slow growth, high investment. Nothing about this bird rushes. And here's the strange comfort. They don't seem stressed, despite shrinking forests, disappearing old trees. They persist, quietly adapting, moving higher, colder, farther, complaining the entire way. The gang doesn't try to impress. It doesn't optimize. It doesn't charm. It simply exists, chewing, creaking, enduring. And when that rusty call echoes again, through fog, through branches, it doesn't feel beautiful. It feels familiar, like something that's been here a long time and plans to keep being mildly inconvenient forever. The rainforest exhales, and something answers. Low, layered, too deliberate, not loud, precise, like a voice that knows it doesn't need volume. This is Albert's lyrebird, the introvert cousin, smaller range, darker forests, less interested in applause, more interested in control. You don't see it first. You hear structure, notes stacked carefully, pauses placed on purpose, silence doing half the work. The body stays hidden, brown, grounded, scratching through leaf litter like it's avoiding eye contact, until the tail lifts, not wide, not flashy, just enough, a restrained reveal for an audience that bothered to wait. Its song isn't chaos, it's composition, fewer sounds, longer phrases, less mimicry, more intention, as if it's telling a story only one listener is allowed to finish. Males repeat sections, refine timing, trim excess, hours spent adjusting a single phrase. Because sloppy work doesn't survive here, the rainforest is dense, light's scarce, so sound carries reputation, If your call isn't clean, you don't exist. Females don't rush, they listen. From a distance, measuring patience, because anyone can be loud. Only a few can be consistent. Predators pass close, and the song stops instantly. No panic, just absence, a performance paused mid-thought. This bird doesn't archive noise, it curates mood, echo, restraint, repetition. A soundscape designed to reward attention. And if you miss it, that's the point. Somewhere deep in the forest, a final note hangs, then disappears, leaving you unsure. Whether the song ended, or you simply weren't invited to hear the rest. You hear it before anything else. A cough, a squawk, a sound like someone arguing with a microphone. Too loud, too close, too confident. Then the bird appears. Gray feathers, long curved bill, and a bald black head, wrinkled, shiny, unapologetic. Like it skipped evolution's vanity phase entirely. This is the noisy friar bird, and noisy isn't branding, it's a warning. It feeds on nectar, which sounds peaceful, until you watch how it gets it. Charging into flowering trees, chasing off honey eaters twice its size, wings flared. Voice weaponized, because volume is leverage. That naked head isn't an accident. Sticky nectar doesn't mat feathers. So the friar bird went bald. Function over dignity, a choice it stands by loudly. They move in loose groups, dominating patches of eucalyptus, calling constantly, not to communicate, to remind everyone who's in charge. The voice is rough, broken, metallic, a series of coughs, squawks, and complaints, like the tree itself is sick of hosting birds. And yet, they're efficient, pollinating as they go, dragging pollen between blossoms, accidentally holding ecosystems together, while sounding like they're falling apart. They'll eat insects, too. Fruit when it's easy. Opportunists with no brand loyalty. If it works, they take it. Nests are flimsy, high, exposed. Chicks loud from the start, learning early that silence is a missed opportunity. The friar bird doesn't charm, it overwhelms. Crowds space, crowds sound, crowds attention, until quieter species retreat. And that's the uncomfortable truth. In Australia, sometimes survival doesn't belong to the beautiful or the subtle. It belongs to the bird that never stops talking, somewhere above you. A branch shakes, a cough rings out, and the silence loses the argument. Australia didn't answer the question. It widened it. Because these birds weren't accidents. They were decisions. Choices made by heat, isolation, pressure, fragments of survival that refused to smooth themselves out. We saw confidence mistaken for madness. Silence weaponized. Noise turned into territory. Patterns emerging, then breaking, as if evolution here never agreed on a final draft. And maybe that's the point. In a place where the rules keep shifting, the winners aren't the elegant ones. They're the birds that commit. To weirdness, to excess, to being impossible to ignore. But here's what lingers if this land keeps shaping creatures like this. Unapologetic, unfinished, stubbornly present. What else is still forming? Just out of sight. Listening, waiting,